Hey there, welcome to Work in Progress, a how-to series that's meant to help you with everything from prepping for a job interview to boosting your confidence or negotiating a raise. Here's today's question.
Even if you're not currently job searching, requesting an informational interview with someone who you admire or someone whose job you admire is a great opportunity to learn more about your industry or potential career path. So for those of you who aren't familiar, I want to talk a little bit about what an informational interview is. And the best way to do that is really to just talk about what it isn't. So an informational interview is not asking for a job. It's about meeting with someone in a way that's almost like a coffee date, though slightly more professional, and talking to them about what they love about their job, what they maybe don't like so much, and trying to get a gauge on whether it would be a good fit for you to take on a similar role. Today, we're going to talk about a few of our favorite questions for informational interviews that you can use in the next coffee date that you set with someone you admire. So question one is, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? The reason for this question goes back to that saying that you probably heard before, that if you don't want to be doing your boss's job, then it's probably not the right job for you. So the idea behind this is that if someone tells you that where they see themselves going in the next few years is a direction that you wouldn't want in your own career, this is probably a good sign that it's not the right role for you. So listen carefully and see if it's something that you would like to do in the long term in addition to what you think you might want to be doing right now. So next up is, what do you enjoy the least? Or what surprised you most about the role that you're currently in? Now these are really great questions because, again, it's important to remember that an informational interview is slightly more informal than a traditional informational or interview, in the sense that they should be willing to give you some real insight into some of the downsides of their work. So ask these questions as a way of gauging what they might think are elements that you aren't aware of, but that would actually come into play if you did take on the job. And listen really carefully, because sometimes the downsides aren't actually that big of a deal, but it's important to know about them anyway. The final question is, what were some of the early roles you held in your field? And then the other sort of follow-up to that is, what are the skills that you learned in those early roles that you still use today? So this is particularly great if you're interested in getting into a new company or a new industry so that you know exactly where to start. But it's also a really great way to see whether someone had a non-linear or linear career path and what skills they picked up along the way that you'll want to add to your arsenal as well. So these are just a few informational interview questions you can ask. I actually wrote an article of 15 of them that are my favorites, and the idea is that you can go to this article and pick and choose the ones that are most applicable to you. The most important thing, though, is to keep in mind the amount of time that you're taking up of this person's day, so keep it short and sweet, 20 to 25 minutes. And then we also have some other articles on the site about informational interview etiquette as well if you want to get started. And last but not least, we also have networking templates, which are really great for that initial reach out email or LinkedIn message that you'll need to send.